How do you find these modern method of auction properties? Well, you can use Rightmove. Rightmove is a great tool for this. So here is a premier property hack on how you can find these modern method of auctions on Rightmove. So what we're discussing today is the modern method of auction. With the modern method of auction, what you're going to find is you are attracting more motivated sellers. Now remember, you don't just buy anything. Anyone can buy a property. You go to an estate agent, you put your deposit down, you agree a sale and you buy the property. That's not really what we do, right? We're buying it very strategically. You're being tactical with your purchases so that you buy well, you add value, and you're able to release that seed capital so that at some point in time, you have no money left in that deal. That's our ethos at Premier Property, isn't it, right? Getting that return on investment. One of the ways that you can attract motivated sellers is by actually having this buying method, because it's an indicator that seller is actually motivated because they're using this method. Now, what do I mean by this? Well, what happens is the fees are typically paid by the buyer. The fees aren't paid by the seller. So that's one of the reasons that you're finding getting motivated people. Also, you'll find that the properties that they're selling with a modern method of auction don't tend to be your normal, regular, run-of-the-mill types of properties that are in good condition. They tend to be tired properties. They tend to be properties with perceived problems. I say perceived problems because you can always turn the problem around and make it an opportunity, right? Minor structural problems, Japanese knotweed to a certain extent. It could even be bad tenants, which if you had to, you could evict, but however, people are normally reasonable and they're just normally disrespected. And you respect them and they become good tenants. So there's all these various methods and more on why these motivated sellers are selling their properties with a modern method of auction. Now, modern method of auction is also the safest method for you out of all the different auction strategies for you to jump in. Because the key factor is, and I'll discuss this further in more detail, it's a sale agreed rather than a legally binding exchange of contracts once you confirm the sale. Now, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, then feel free to subscribe to our channel. It'd be lovely for you to be part of our community. And if you've got any comments about what I'm sharing here, any questions that you have, feel free to enter these here below as well. So these are many reasons why you want to be really knowing about the modern method of auctions. Also, there's the seller's view. Now, the seller knows that actually there is no fees for them. And for them, it becomes easy and it's a fast sale for them as well. Also, the seller gets out of difficult situations that they might be in because they get the money in sooner. And like I say, it's a modern method of auction. It attracts investor type of people, really, people like you and me, more so. How do you find these modern method of auction properties? Well, you can use Rightmove. Rightmove is a great tool for this. So let's assess what you look for. So first of all, these are things that you want to be seeing in the descriptions. This will help you to understand whether the property is being sold at a normal auction, traditional method of auction, or whether it's a modern method of auction. And as you can notice, what you look for is it says clearly for sale by modern method of auction. And it's the modern auction that you're actually looking for. That's the phrase you're looking for. Modern method of auction or modern auction is good enough. They say the same thing. And it will say subject to undisclosed reserve price. You'll have a guide price. I've explained that already. So it'll say something like this. And it'll say buyer's fees apply. In this situation, you can see it says it's 4.2% of the purchase price or a subject to a minimum of £6,000. So here is a premier property hack on how you can find these modern method of auctions on Rightmove. So you go to Rightmove and first thing you do is step one is you put in part of the postcode. And then what we do is we put in a little bit of a area around that postcode. Now it could also be the town, remember. So you could put in the whole town, whatever that town is, like for example, Leeds. You could put in Leeds and you could put in the distance would be 0 because that'll be the whole of Leeds. Step two is this. There is a keyword search. Very useful in Rightmove. And in here, you can actually put the sentence, modern method of auction. Now, don't put just one word, modern, for example, or auction, because what this keyword search will do, it will bring up all the properties in the remit criteria that you put in step one, and it will bring up all the properties where in the description it has that one word. Now in step two, really important that you also put in these single quotes around that sentence so that you will find that your keyword search actually benefits you, because what will come up is actually just the descriptions with the modern method of auction or modern auction. It's a really fast way of finding properties at modern method of auction. Yeah, so in seconds, you've got a list of the properties that are in modern method of auctions. Now, step 3 is you go to keyword match and you sort it by keyword match. Rather than lowest price, highest price, newest property, you put in, I want to see keyword match. And the next thing you do is step 4. Step 4 is where you find that listing of that property that comes up. And now what you do with that listing is you simply scroll down to the description section. And on the description section, you will find that it gives you a minimum of the description because there's a lot more information. So what you do here is you click on read full description. Once you've clicked on read full description, move forward to the next step, step 7. So step 7, you type in the words. In this instance, we put in modern method. And what will happen is, as you notice, in the description, that phrase will be highlighted so that you can confirm that you are looking at the right particulars and you're not wasting time, you're doing this really effectively. So do watch this back, watch the 7 steps and practice these. That's the action for you. It will take up 60 seconds of your life to do this, to identify these properties. Now, surely you agree that is fast.